African people were the first people to decorate our bodies with materials from the natural environment. Western culture kind of leaves us believing that crystals are for white people or hippie black people. We're led to believe that crystals are only for people who are spiritually advanced or at the top of the financial chain, because also we find them to be expensive a lot of the time. All the crystal shops that I've ever visited belong to white people and are run by white people, and a lot of the information about crystals we will get from white people. If we look at our history and we understand our history, we understand that crystals were a normal part of our lives. They were a way of life for us as African people. And the colonial interruption of our lives had white people take a lot of our livelihoods and adopt it as their own lives, and they gave us a different life. You know, our housing structures are different, our customs have changed, a lot of our customs have devolved into different kinds of customs that don't really serve us. Crystals were our way of life, and now crystals have become the way of life of white people. And the truth of that fact is, you'll find throughout history that white people studied Africans even through the colonial process. A lot of that process comprised of the study of Africans by Europeans, the study of Africans by the Greeks and the Romans. And during that study, they adopted a lot of our customs, and they adopted a lot of our practices. It's not just with crystals, it's also with plants and with architecture. When you go to like big corporate white buildings or big corporate white hotels, they have a lot of like very important plants around the space, but they also keep a lot of crystals. I've seen a lot of crystals in these big corporate white businesses because they understand the value of them, and they understand how they affect the energy of the room, how they actually boost the business, how they boost their financial livelihoods. And we look at these things like they don't matter because we don't understand them anymore, because it's things that were taken from our culture. But these are our culture, these things are our way of life. So it is really important for us to get to understand them again and incorporate them back into our lives, because they hold actual energetic value. And if you're looking to manifest, this is a great way to boost that energy of manifestation in your life, just to balance your energies and to achieve some harmony in your life so that you can actually manifest. I'm going to take Christianity, for example. Besides the history of Christianity and how it is actually adopted from Kemetic spiritual principles, Christianity involves a lot of crystal work. There's a lot of mention of crystals in not only Christian religious texts, all religious texts mention crystals. Crystals and gemstones played a big part in all religions and their rituals. They're mentioned in the Bible, the Quran, and all other religious texts. Crystals are an original part of our history as Black people. Crystals were embedded into our spiritual tools like scepters, thrones, and even our crowns to activate and balance the chakras within our bodies. And even today, crystals are used within crowns in the Buckingham Palace. The royal family in the Buckingham Palace embed crystals within the crowns. Crystals are embedded in their pendants, in their scepters. So that is a way of life that was taken from Kemet and from African royal families. In ancient Kemet, our ancestors would actually wrap and bury their loved ones with quartz over their third eye to help assist them journey through the afterlife. It was something that would actually help them navigate the afterlife. The ancient Egyptians would use crystals like clear quartz, carnelian, lapis lazuli in their jewelry, like a lot of different kinds of crystals in their jewelry and in their garments. We mainly know that they used gold and silver both for beautification and for metaphysical purposes, but they also used crystals. They used crystals like all the time. The Great Pyramids of Giza were lined with crystals because when the sun got to a certain point at a certain time of the year, it hit the pyramid at a certain angle, and then that light reflected off that crystal and it shone for like thousands of miles, and that was the signal for everybody that this is the time of year. That was their clock. They tracked the stars, they tracked the moon and the sun. So in terms of how I use crystals, crystals can be used in meditation. Crystals can be worn throughout the day, every day, all day. I'll either wear it like I'm wearing this lapis lazuli because now we're in the season of Nut. But you wear it, you can stick it in your bra, you can put it in your pockets, your pants, your jacket pockets, whatever pockets you have on you. It's really great to put them under your pillow when you sleep. If you're looking to align with the season, if you're looking to align with your spirit, crystals are really great for helping to facilitate that kind of a thing. So I'm gonna list some of my favorite crystals. I do have quite a long list, so I'm not going to go through all of them. I'm going to go through the basic ones. I'm going to actually do maybe 3. The basic ones that I think are really good for everybody to have and are not that expensive to get as well, because crystals can be quite pricey. The first crystal that I think is really, really great for everybody to have is a spirit quartz. So this is a spirit quartz. They're generally quite cheap. You shouldn't have to get them for over 100 Rand from anywhere. If you find them for over 100 Rand, they're overpriced. I would suggest that you leave it. This spirit quartz I got from a store called Amazing Crystals in Rand Park Ridge. They have them for really great prices. They're a very good crown chakra crystal. Spirit quartz is really good to have by your bed when you sleep. That helps you to receive messages in your dreams. That is the time when you get to have insight into what's happening in your life. Your dreams are basically your spirit relaying to you, you know, what's in your subconscious, the things that you suppress, and that helps you to actually look at those things for real in a different perspective, and it helps you to deal with those things so that you can move past them. That helps you to open up a lot of the things, the blockages in your lives. So this is one of my favorites. Spirit quartz I definitely recommend. And then, so this is a rose quartz crystal. It's quite a big one. I think maybe a more palatable size or an easier size to have is this is like a nice palmy size. It's really easy to get them big. You can get them really small as well, but these are really affordable crystals, and they're very important because these are heart chakra crystals. The rose quartz is really about boosting the energy of love in your life, and you know, this is good for if you're looking for love, if you're looking to improve the love in your relationship that you currently have, if you're looking for a relationship. But I think, you know, what I like to focus on when I work with rose quartz is self-love, is improving self-love, because it really doesn't help to look for love outside of yourself if you're not content with yourself and you don't love yourself enough. The rose quartz crystal boosted the energy of really understanding my goddess energy as well, because that's really important to understand as a Black woman. There's a goddess energy that you have as the creator of all things. And then the third crystal that I highly recommend, which I have a small fragment of, this is a small fragment of a bigger clear quartz that I broke, but this crystal is really mutable. So I recommend this crystal because it is mutable. It's one of those crystals that can be used to channel any kind of energy. So you get to program this crystal. And when I talk about programming crystals, I mean you actually get to control what it is that it does for you. So you get to pour your intention into it, and it actually serves whatever purpose that you need it to serve. If you are not looking to have a big collection of crystals or a large array of crystals, if you're looking to just have one crystal, then this is the crystal to have. A really important thing to do is to cleanse them and charge them regularly. So charging crystals and cleansing them can be done in different ways. So one of the ways to cleanse them is to soak them in water. Cleansing them with the sun is basically just laying them out in the sun to get sunlight throughout the day. A really great way to cleanse them for me is to lay them in the moonlight, especially under a full moon. That's the most powerful time to cleanse them, under the moonlight, and that charges them. Also, you can use sage smoke, mpepo smoke, which I like to cleanse my crystals with mpepo. And this crystal, this crystal bracelet, when I got it, I didn't really didn't do any cleansing ritual that was elaborate. I basically put it on and I held it under the sun, like I wore it out in the sun all day, and I poured my intention into cleansing it, cleansing the energies that passed through it before, so that it then is charged with my energy, so that it can serve the purpose that I'm bringing it into my life to serve. So crystals are good to put under your pillow when you sleep. They're good to keep in your bras, in your pockets. They're good to keep with you during the day, at night when you sleep. And they are really, really good to have on your altar. If you're a person that has an altar, I highly recommend having an altar, msamo. We call it msamo in, our indigenous Zulu, Swati, our Nguni culture. And that's basically just a space where you communicate with spirit, where you communicate with your ancestors. That is the place where you find ultimate peace, because it is really hard in your day-to-day life to find peace in the spaces that you find yourself in. And the one place, it really helps to have that one place where you will always find peace. And an altar is the one place that anchors you. That's the place that I guarantee you will find peace whenever you go to it, and it's going to help to recharge you for whatever it is that's going on in your life. It helps to recharge. It helps to have a place that you can go to recharge, because life can get so hectic. So it helps you to achieve that balance. Yeah, and I think that's it. If there's anything else you'd like to know about crystals, please put it in the comments, and I'll actually do my best to answer any questions in the comments, because I can't think of anything that I've forgotten. But yeah, that's it from me about crystals. And if you have any crystals that you think are really, really important for everybody to have, please do drop it in the comments. Let us know how you use crystals, how you cleanse them, how you use them to recharge, to connect, to balance your energies. Thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share to a friend, anybody you feel like would benefit from the information. And I will see you in the next video. Lots of love.